I think there's a big Covid cover-up going on, and I'll explain why. Covid isn't the only show in town anymore. I went out yesterday and I did a quick survey of people because I wanted to find out what people thought the biggest issue facing Britain is right now. I was kind of expecting everyone to say Covid, actually, but in reality, only 2 or 3 of them did. I was struck by how low down people's priorities Covid actually is. We had universal credit, we had a housing crisis, we had mental health crisis, we had Brexit, and of course, we had immigration. And it got me thinking, is Covid now a very useful distraction for this government? While we're all talking about Covid, the latest case numbers, the latest death toll, PPE in schools, testing, well, we're ignoring everything else, aren't we? It keeps other things off the front pages. But actually, now that 80% or so of us have been jabbed, the other things are going to affect our lives potentially even more. I think it suits this government to keep Covid in the news as long as it possibly can. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't think that most people care about the current Covid cases in this country. Maybe I am wrong about that. I think people did, but now they don't. People care about how much money they've got in their pockets, if they have a job, if they feel that there are opportunities. But you know what I think most people care about? You know what I think the number one issue on most people's lips at the moment that they care about in this country? Illegal immigration. If Covid wasn't around, the government would be copping it left, right and centre about what's going on in the Channel. If you walk into any pub in the country, it'll be immigration that will be the top issue. It affects everything. It can impact our population size and density. That's a massive issue going forward. Why is it that NHS waiting times are shocking, or that there's a bed shortage? Well, it's because the population is increasing. That's one of the reasons, of course. It's another reason why class sizes are going through the roof as well, because there's more children. Why is it that the roads are so congested? Well, population size is growing. Why is there a housing crisis? Population size is growing. Of course, not all of this is singularly down to illegal immigration. Please don't misunderstand me. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is it's an element of it. It's a way of it contributing. Now, it also affects, of course, our national security. We don't always know who these people are. The vast majority of them are obviously absolutely sound, but you never know, do you? You just never know. And there have been a few issues with this in the past. It highlights the incompetence of our government and officials. I mean, Michael Gove's idea for a wave machine in the Channel is doing the rounds. That, frankly, is the kind of idea you come up with after a few drinks in an Aberdeen nightclub. Social integration is a looming problem, and we don't talk about this enough in this country. I fully understand why someone moving here from a rural region in a far-flung part of the world would want to live in a community with their countrymen and women, because that makes obvious sense. I completely get that. I do the same thing. But I do think we run a risk of potentially creating a society within a society. People might start asking unfortunate questions if Covid wasn't on the front pages all the time. Why have we got room for these people in hotels but not for other people? How much is that really costing? Have we done a secret deal with the EU to actually take these people? It all seems a little bit convenient. Coronavirus made us all wear a mask for a while, and now I think it's being used as a mask to hide some of the huge problems coming our way. And unless we address them now, I think they'll hit us like a truck going forward.